Senator, I'm sure the public would like to know what the legislature is doing to address the budget deficit. Could you tell us what steps the House and Senate are taking right now to balance the budget?
Well, the legislature, you would think, with a fiscal crisis like we're having right now, would be in session every single day trying to figure out what can be done to save the taxpayers' money and to really to prevent cuts to essential services throughout the state. And if people watch the legislature closely, you know, you're and I'm there, and it's almost embarrassing that the legislature isn't in session. You know, we're spending our time debating whether or not the fluffernutter sandwich should be named the official sandwich of the Commonwealth, rather than dealing with the unemployment rate, which is skyrocketing and will be probably approaching double digits within a very short period of time. So we have a lot of problems right now in the state, and nobody seems, you know, part of the problem in a fiscal crisis is that you have to catch the crisis right at the beginning, because once things start, it's like a snowball going down a hill, and if you don't, you know, get a grip on it and manage the state as well as possible at the very beginning, the problems just get worse and worse and worse, and that's what we're seeing right now. So, in order to make changes, you know, you have to, you know, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. The legislature's been afraid, really, to do the things that have to be done to put the state's fiscal house in order. During the budget debate, I offered over $1 billion of specific proposals to reduce costs and to, you know, to get us through the fiscal crisis. Most businesses out there and most families operate on limited budgets, and what's happened is that, you know, everybody's figured out a way to get through the tough times. They're spending differently, they're being innovative, they're cutting back. The state hasn't done that, and, you know, just a very simple thing like having a hiring freeze. We called for that during the last budget crisis. You can't be hiring people when you have a $2 billion deficit in the state. That was shot down. The governor came out and said we're going to give out 7% pay increases to state employees. You can't be doing that when you're in the middle of a fiscal crisis. There's the Pacheco bill, which costs the state between $300 and $500 million a year that we could save just by taking some state services and outsourcing them to private companies. And in other words, should the state be providing food service to prisons? Maybe Marriott could come in and do it better. Should the state be paying for, you know, a mass highway to cut the grass at medium strips? Well, maybe local landscapers could do it cheaper and more efficiently. And that's the type of stuff that we're talking about. But the status quo, you know, is very hard to shake up. And when we bring up these proposals, people don't want to do it. But in the end, it costs the taxpayers a lot of money. So yeah, we can do a lot, but we need the intestinal fortitude and the will to be able to change the way that the state does business.
So it's time to make some difficult decisions to help the economy.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.